Hello everyone, this is Sapna here from Trend Micro. It's indeed a difficult time to run business these days, from soaring inflation to surging energy prices and ever-escalating geopolitical situations. Business leaders need to navigate their business through these choppy waters. And one wonders, what role do they feel cybersecurity has in this? To get a broader understanding, Trend Micro commissioned Sapio Research, who polled close to 3,000 business decision makers in 26 countries across the globe. What got revealed in the survey is that there is a broader consensus on the upliftment of security budget. The conflicting viewpoint is on the function of cybersecurity. Most of them agree that it is a necessary investment. However, the real impact of this investment is unclear. 68% of the responders need to innovate quicker, and it's only 52% who believe that there is a connect between cyber and innovation. To get a well-rounded opinion on this, today we have our own Chief Technology Strategy Officer, David Chow, with us. David holds a strong body of work of over 20 years, and he's held various key positions in US federal agencies, including White House, prior joining to Trend Micro. It's great to have you here, David, with us.
Great to be here.
Yeah. So David, I'd like to start our conversation with a well-known analogy of car brakes. So imagine a world without our car brakes. We could be even smashing into each other or running at a speed that we can't for sure control. So cybersecurity is that role in an organization. It helps to run a business in a smooth and a secure manner. And we all know that if done right, it can help the business to go faster and in a resilient manner. So I would like to take your thoughts, and before that, reflecting back on the research, now 64% of the business leaders see that there is a connect between cybersecurity and business risk, while there are 38% which still feel cybersecurity is a pushback for them. It's impending. So what are your thoughts on it, and how can these organizations take the benefit of cybersecurity for business enablement?
So I'd like to give examples. So globally, we're looking at a series of data privacy breaches for major corporations. Happened in Australia, happened in the US just within the last 6 months, quite a bit. We're talking about millions of records. And those would actually result into monetary losses for the organization, for one. And second, the responsibility for the organization to have to rebuild the confidence of the citizens or the individuals. So when you say about the cybersecurity being an enabler, if there's proper practice, proper technology, as well as proper people training within those overall environment, you would actually see the reduction in the overall risk and potentially elimination of those cyber breaches. And without those elimination, the organization would be able to continue to prosper, continue to move forward. So one of the biggest areas is that focusing on cybersecurity as a risk management approach, rather than thinking of it as a business enabler or disabler, because bottom line is that it's part of the organization, it's part of the operation, it's part of the way that organization needs to mitigate the cyber risks.
Well, that's a very well-rounded opinion, and the key takeaway here is that it has to be inserted in the fabric of the organization. So thank you for those inputs. Now, I think we'll go to the next interesting outcome of the survey, that's on innovation. So a lot of responders do believe that cybersecurity and innovation has a correlation, while there are many who don't believe so. So what's your opinion on them? Is there any strategy that they should adopt and they can involve cybersecurity right at the beginning of the innovation journey so that they make use of it in an effective manner?
Yeah, absolutely. My personal belief is that I look at cybersecurity as part of the innovation strategy, simply because when you're developing capabilities, when you're developing innovation, you want to make sure that you're classifying the data, the personnel that's accessing those information as absolutely critical component of your innovation. And in order to secure the capability, you have to factor in the cybersecurity as part of the overall risk management, as part of the overall design. If you just move forward with innovation without consideration of cybersecurity, then you have to come back and start redeveloping, refocus on the overall strategy to secure the environment, secure the data. But if you were to start from the get-go, it will actually help you to accelerate, move faster on your innovation.
Absolutely. So cybersecurity is indeed a team sport, and everybody needs to know what their role is in that. Now let's shift the gears to a much known role of cybersecurity, that is of a custodian and a guardian of data. Now, World Economic Forum early this year released the top 10 risks that business leaders and world leaders rather should look out for. And no price in guessing, cybersecurity, cyber crimes are few of them. Now, this means that the business leaders all over need to be a little more agile, nimble in understanding the role of cybersecurity in achieving the business resilience and its effective management of the latter that can put them on the path of overall resilience. What do you say about this, and how can they move from cyber risk to cyber resilience?
So I've been traveling globally and talked to a lot of companies. Last week I was in Australia. I talked to the board and basically just having a conversation about cybersecurity. And the critical part is that you can start sensing that the board level is starting to focus more and more on the cyber risks that the organization is actually taking on. And what's critical is that before we actually move on to the cyber risks, we need to start identifying and start understanding what are the inherent risks within the environment. At times that you can use technology to help you supplement, to gather the telemetry data, to see the overall cyber risks. But then there's also policy and people aspect assessment that need to be conducted and performed to include as overall cybersecurity risk. And once you have that, then you can tailor that towards the enterprise risk management and start leveraging your finite resources, precious resources to address those the top tier, the top priority cyber risks that you have within the environment. And that's what we call really moving the organization into much more cyber risk resilience. That's where we have the visibility and we apply the necessary resources to address those issues that's relevant to the organization.
Absolutely, as rightly put for you, cybersecurity outcomes have to be tied with risk outcomes rather than only the maturity-based approach that traditionally has been done. Now, like we both know that Trend Micro is the hosting the world's largest cybersecurity roadshows happening in over 120 plus city countries. And also know that you are one of the experts delivering keynote in many of them. So what would the audiences expect from this roadshow?
Yeah, so we have a lot of topic to cover. I started my roadshow last year and my world tour, so I have false start, but now we're having this grand world tour that covers a lot of cities within a matter of 6 months. So for one, that we talk about from the business angles, right? So we want to appeal and have conversation with the business leaders. Cybersecurity is not just focusing on technology. It's not just the IT specialist or the cybersecurity specialist. We're focusing on the value proposition, the risk resilience provided within each enterprises, as well as the conversation with the business leaders. The second part of that is also to focus on the overall technology aspect. What are some of the technology that can help automation, that can help reduce the overall risk, cyber risks, by going through better detections, better response, as well as prioritization, visibility within the cyber environment. So we're going to be talking about XDR, we're going to talk about cloud security, and those are some of the areas that we want to make sure that we're targeting various audiences, technical audiences, cyber audiences, as well as business leaders. And that's where we're going to talk about how leveraging proper cybersecurity, proper planning is going to help accelerate business, accelerate innovation.
Well, thanks, David. That sounds a very exciting agenda for the attendees. And with that, thank you very much for spending your time and sharing your opinions on these topics. So, well, everybody, I think that with today's chat, you'll be able to get some insights on how important cybersecurity is, right from business enablement to accelerate the innovation and put your organization on a path of business resilience. With ever-growing cyber risk coming from a massive attack surface, be sure to register for our world tour happening in a city close to you. Signing off for now. Thanks.